Hello everyone. Um, this has been something that I've been wanting to talk about for the last couple of weeks because solely this topic means very, very dear to me, and it's solely about my favorite game of all time, Resident Evil 4, and the Resident Evil 4 remake rumors that I have been hearing about for over the past couple months have been very, very worrying to me. And there has just been this big tease slash rumor, whatever you want to call it, about this game. So a lot of stuff for me is like absolutely worrying right now for this game. So I hope everyone is having themselves a good day right now. If you guys are new to the channel or enjoy the content that I've been releasing, be sure to click the like button and the subscribe button and click the bell notification so you don't miss another video from me. Um, I don't know what to currently think right now because, I mean, I'm at a loss of words when it comes to this stuff because, yeah, this big rumor, or again, spoiler, tease, whatever you want to call it, was released for a PlayStation YouTube video that I'm going to be linking into the description though, but that's going to be something that I'm going to be talking about later on in the video. But as of right now, I kind of want to like talk about the older rumors that I have been hearing about for the past couple months. This is from like a Reddit source that like I ended up finding out about. So hopefully you guys are like willing to listen to this though, because again, this is like completely my thoughts on the game though. You guys are always entitled to your own opinions and I'm going to be fine with that. But let's get right into this. So Capcom is aware of the leaks of the certain hacker that hacked into Capcom's files or database, I think like a long time ago, and they saw the Resident Evil 4 remake thing, and Capcom is now aware that everyone knows about the Resident Evil 4 remake. And in case you are wondering, the game was rebooted, but it was exactly like the original, just improved graphically, which is what a lot of people want, which is what I personally want, to be completely honest with you. But they wanted something unique with simple changes that improve that quote unquote improve the experience. But they are considering all the RE3 remake criticism, which basically means they took the criticism to heart and they want to improve on the next remake. But I think what this is showing is that they're not going to be remaking any side games for Resident Evil. For example, what I'm talking about is Resident Evil Outbreak, Code Veronica, um, Umbrella Chronicles, Dark Side Chronicles, all the side games that you could thoroughly think about. They're probably not going to be remaking those games, which is really tough because I really want a Resident Evil Outbreak remake. I want a Resident Evil Zero remake. It's just you can't always get what you want, which is a tough pill to swallow always when it comes to Capcom. The developmental team is calling this the Chainsaw Project, which it's clear to tell. One of the more iconic enemies for Resident Evil 4 is the Chainsaw guy. We all know about that, so yeah. Sony is offering a lot for a PS5 timed exclusivity between 6 months, or a PS5 timed exclusive between 6 months and 1 year, but is still not a right thing yet. So we don't know if this announcement or trailer could be released within the next 6 months to 1 year, so we'll never know about that. Next gen is PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S only. That's fair enough. You can change between first and third person camera, which is very interesting. A lot of people have said they wanted third person and first person in the same game, and we've seen Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8 modded over the shoulder third person, but yeah. They wanted to implement a virtual reality mode, but Facebook ruined the idea with its VR version of the original. Okay, now this is where the biggest question mark is though. They just released, a couple months ago, they released a trailer for Resident Evil 4 virtual reality. Doesn't that kind of like deflect the first person thing out of the way, and virtual reality for RE4 Remake? I mean, virtual reality for RE4 Remake would be pretty cool, but VR for the original, VR for the remake. I mean, I see as to why they want to do it, but I mean, I don't really see the reason as to why to do it for the remake, but that's just my opinion. Photo mode, which is definitely something that I I'm looking forward to because I think the atmosphere for RE4 Remake is going to absolutely be amazing. That's what I'm 100% excited about. Leon, Ada, and Claire. Yes, apparently Claire is in the game. Voice actors and face models are the same from RE2 Remake, but older. Leon has a beard now. Let me just say this. Claire being in this game, okay, so there's been a rumor that Claire has been replaced for Hunnigan's position. Basically, your Hunnigan in Resident Evil 4 is your guide throughout the whole game until you get to maybe like the castle part and then you lose communication with her. Doesn't that kind of like butcher slash ruin Claire's character being in Hunnigan's role? I just find that utterly ridiculous because Claire holds such great value to the Resident Evil franchise, and I don't find that good. I just find that useless and kind of like a burial of that character. Now, for Leon having a beard, like what kind of beard are we talking about? Are we talking about like a full-grown beard, like a scruffy beard? What could we be talking about though? Because in the original R4, Leon's clean shaven. We all know about that. I think he would definitely suit clean shaven a lot more than a beard, especially with the 90s haircut that he has. And Ada, I mean, same voice actor, all that stuff though, not a problem. Now, to be completely honest with you, to talk about the voice actors, now Claire's voice actor did great in Resident Evil 2 Remake and Infinite Darkness. I I totally 100% agree with everyone saying that she did phenomenal. I personally believe that too. But I mean, again, personally for me, I don't think she's gonna beat Allison Court. But you know, she did very, very good at her job. Now, Nick Apostolides, on the other hand, this is where this is the biggest concern for me. The reason why that I love Resident Evil 4 so much is because of Paul Mercier's voice acting as Leon S. Kennedy, because he absolutely destroyed it with voice acting, with his voice acting ability, and the charisma he had, the corny jokes he busted out. There's just so much that he was able to do for Leon, and it kind of propelled. This was the kind of the game that propelled the fandom for Leon a lot more than the original RE2 or RE6, but you guys get what I mean. But let me just say this about Nick. The RE2 remake for him was great. I thought he did very, very good in Resident Evil 2 Remake. I thought he capitalized on a young Leon that was a rookie cop. He did absolutely great. But then if Resident Evil Infinite Darkness released, now in case anyone doesn't know, Resident Evil Infinite Darkness was a Netflix series that had a couple episodes, 4 episodes for one season, and it was honestly useless in my opinion. Like, there was no reason to add that to the timeline, which is weird. It takes place, I believe, a year after Degeneration and 2 years after Resident Evil 4, I believe. I could be wrong on that, but with that being said, he did not do good in Infinite Darkness, in my opinion. I thought he had a lot of different voice tones, voice changes that made him sound like a deeper voice Leon, and then there was parts where he sounded like the RE2 remake Leon. And I'm very, very mixed about that, but I thought Nick was gonna do good, but no, I was so focused on that, watching that show. I don't think he's gonna do good as RE4 remake Leon, but I hope he improves. I hope he does good, but just in my mind, I just don't think he's gonna capitalize. As for Ada's voice actor, Jolene Anderson, she's alright. She's alright, in my opinion. I thought she did pretty good for RE2 remake Leon, but you know, Sally Cahill is always, the best. Ada, Courtney Taylor for RE6 and Damnation was very, very good. I thought she was a very good replacement for Sally Cahill, but when it came to Jolene Anderson in RE2 Remake, you know that Ada is usually known for having that calm, sexy, coolness type of calm voice. I didn't really feel that with RE2 Remake with Jolene Anderson. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to diminish Jolene for what she did, because I thought she did amazing. It's just she sounded a lot more bitchy. As weird as that sounds, that's just how I felt. And do I have faith in her to sound a lot more like Sally Cahill or Courtney Taylor? Absolutely, I hope she improves on that, but you know, again, that's just my opinion. I hope Jolene does good. But yeah, characters and enemies such as the Merchant and the Chainsaw Man are more explored. So it definitely looks like that they're taking the RE8 village path. Like, you know how the Duke was getting like kind of explored when Ethan was asking him, "What are you?" and the Duke didn't know exactly who he was either. It seems like they're doing that with the Merchant, which is very, very interesting. I actually like it. But for the Chainsaw Man, this is the biggest question. So if the Chainsaw Man is getting explored, why is there no rumors about the village chief? Is the Chainsaw Man only just one guy that who is literally this indestructible force? Or is he gonna be replacing the village chief as the chief of the village? Like, we don't know exactly what the Chainsaw Man's role could be, especially when we end up like passing the village part or during the village part. There's a lot of questions in the air for me personally about about the Chainsaw Man. And I mean, I was like legit scared shitless about him when I was a kid though, but now I'm like I can kill him with a knife only, so everything's all good now. But yeah, moving on. A ton of alternate skins and classic OST is an option. Now we knew that was gonna be a thing. I expect Leon's RPD rookie outfit. I expect that get the Italian gangster outfit. I don't know anything else about other outfits, but I'm looking forward to it. Mercenary Separate Ways, Assignment Ada are back. We should have expected that because, I mean, what is Resident Evil 4 without any of those modes? Like, even though the story is like phenomenal, or the gameplay is phenomenal, I'm not, I mean, I think the story was at least above average, you know, just your average rescue mission with a couple twists into it. But with that being said, yeah, it's not really like the same without like those without the bonus side content, and it's honestly very addicting. Considerably longer and bigger than the original, but that's gonna be a little bit of a problem because Resident Evil 4's story is long already, but it's perfect. You get to spend a lot of time within the village and everything else, and it was great. Now, was it a little too long, the story? You could argue it was a little too long, but you know, it's just my opinion again. I thought the timing, the how much time you would average taking for the story was very, very good. But for the fact that it's going to be longer and bigger than the original, that's going to raise a few question marks. Semi-open world style. Interesting. I mean, it's definitely like that is showing that Resident Evil 8 Village is kind of like one big ass tease to Resident Evil 4 Remake. It considerably shows that, and I don't have a problem with that. I support it. Um, but here's the thing though about saying, oh, let me get to more. The expected release date is 2023. They really don't want to release it in 2024 for some reason. Announcement definitely next year, quote unquote. But there's this new rumor slash leak that I am very, very, I wouldn't say concerned about, but it raises eyebrows and it raises questions because it was a big ass tease about the next rumor that I'm going to be going off about. Let's see. Oh yeah, guys, by the way, this is an unedited video, which I cannot edit this as I am live streaming this on Twitch. So hopefully everyone is understanding about that. The release date is 2023, which is expected, or 2024, which again, it's all expected. I think I might know how the timeline might turn out to be. The CP shop from RE3 Remake and Village returns interesting, but does that kind of kill the progression system on how the original Resident Evil 4 is? You can agree with me on that, because if you have played Resident Evil 3 Remake and if you have played RE8 Village, I think the CP shop is very, very good, but I just don't know. I really don't fucking know. It raises a question mark, but then again, I shouldn't really be that too complaining about the CP shop, because the CP shop isn't that bad. But yeah, again, my opinion. The next topic I wanted to talk about was the game has a lot of lore connections with RE2, RE3 Remake, and Village. This is the biggest amount of bullshit that I have heard, and I am not believing this whatsoever, because what made Resident Evil 4 fun and kind of silly, which it didn't take itself serious though, which was a good thing though. This was the game that had the least amount to do with the Resident Evil 4 storyline, or the Resident Evil timeline that involves a main game. And that's what made it very, very good, in my honest opinion. But I just don't know if it has like connection. Maybe the connection to RE2 Remake is Ada and Leon or somebody, but I don't know what else it could be. Like, I'm very like worried about that though. What does it have to do with Resident Evil 3? What does it have to do with Village? That takes place 15 years after Resident Evil 4. That's just so weird and it sounds dumb to me. I don't believe the lore connections because I think Capcom knows that Resident Evil 4 is the main titled game that has the least amount of things to do with the main timeline of Resident Evil. There is a post-credit cutscene with Leon right before the events of the Infinite Darkness series, which only exists because Netflix demanded something like this in their contract. Interesting. Doesn't Resident Evil Degeneration happen after Resident Evil 4 instead of something like, how could you say, Infinite Darkness? Like, it's just so weird. I find it so weird. It'll be interesting, to say the least. I have a lot of question marks about this stuff. But yeah, there's some other things going on about Resident Evil 9's title and stuff like that, but that's for another video. Now, this is another rumor that I wanted to absolutely touch on, which is quite compelling, to be completely honest with you. I'm going to link this YouTube video in the description down below so you guys can watch it. So this is from someone on Twitter that posted this though, and I was able to encounter it. It says, "The Los Illuminados symbol is in the new Play Has No Limits PlayStation ad," which is very, very interesting. It kind of released, like, I'd have to say a couple days ago. I'm not too sure, but I'm looking forward to it. Like, no, fuck, I'm just saying shit now because I got nothing else to like really say though. But let me move on. This adds more fuel to the fire on the upcoming Resident Evil 4 remake. Perhaps we'll be seeing it revealed sooner rather than later. Here's the thing. PlayStation did definitely like drop that. Like, that's some crazy shit. I will be linking that video in the description down below of this video. But as I am saying this right now, if you do want to just straight up see the reveal, go to the 1 minute 30-second mark of the video, and at 1 minute 33 seconds, you will see two logos at the bottom side of each corner, bottom left corner and the bottom right corner, as the people are making their entrance to like some crazy bank or building. The bottom left corner is a skull, which I have no idea what it connects to. I don't know what it could be. My first assumption was Army of Two for some reason, but we don't need to worry about Army of Two. Second of all was, and at the bottom right was the Los Illuminados logo. Crazy for me to even think that Resident Evil 4 Remake could, now this is, oh my goodness, I'm losing my words as of right now though, but this is something that like is bringing more speculation. Is that going to be the 25th anniversary special announcement world premiere thing at the Tokyo Game Show? Because is it going to be that? Is it going to be Resident Evil Outrage? We don't know, and I wouldn't say I'm worried about it. It's just, could that be it instead of Resident Evil Outrage? Resident Evil Outrage has been a rumored game for a very long time, and it's just, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think about it though if Outrage doesn't get revealed and it's Resident Evil 4 Remake instead being like announced that it's in development or something like that, even though we already know that it's in development. It's just, I find it very, very interesting. I find it weird. I hope you guys do check out that PlayStation video though, because it is a very, because like I didn't check it out, but I checked out, I would have to say the majority, or not, the specific time, like the minute 30-second mark of the video, which, I mean, I kind of like raised eyebrows. I thought it was Photoshop, but it really wasn't. And if you guys are probably wondering, how much faith do I have in this game? I would have to say about a 3 to a 4 out of 10, because I just don't know if it's going to be able to recapture the magic that Resident Evil 4 did. And I've been seeing a lot of Resident Evil 4 slander on my Twitter timeline, so I will defend that game, the living shit out of it. And I mean, hopefully you guys all do that as well. But with that being said, I'm going to be posting all those links in the video. I'm going to be doing my absolute best to be getting Resident Evil content out. I'm going to be doing the Resident Evil 2 Remake playthrough for Claire. And hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you are new to the channel and enjoy the Resident Evil content. If you are a Resident Evil fan or just a random YouTuber. But yeah, I hope you guys have yourselves a good day or a good night. Take care, and I will see you guys probably in the next Resident Evil 2 Remake video that I will be uploading. It could be about, yeah, the second part to Claire's playthrough, which I'm looking forward to. And yeah, hopefully you guys again enjoy your day, enjoy your sleep, enjoy everything in your life. Peace out, much love.